are such an asshole.
Good morning, Monday. It's the day we use to catch up so the rest of the week is not so hectic. Over at assholeconsulting.com, where I, the world's only professional asshole, will answer your questions as long as you got money. And unlike all the other consultancies out there, I will tell you the truth. Because my goal is not to get you addicted for more consulting. Here's the solution to your problem. Now go the fuck away. Greetings, Captain. I would like a video response to the following question. I'm a current over-the-road company flatbed truck driver. I got into this field after a lifetime of work avoidance and horrific failures. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I've successfully paid off my student loans, credit cards. I've saved almost $35,000 in savings. That's awesome. Here's my question. I decided after a year to pursue becoming an owner-operator. After 1 year. 1 year, huh? Wow, you're an industry expert. You must know the ins and outs. Oh, wow, you've worked at every category and place and department. You've worked the whole supply chain, right? Here's my question. I decided after a year to pursue becoming an owner-operator, bid to have more control over my life. My current situation is I have no responsibilities for the equipment. What do you mean? My current is I have no response. Oh, your current situation is you have no responsibilities for the equipment, but conversely, I have no control over where the truck goes. And because driving to Alabama is different than what? Driving to Texas? What do you care? It's keep the truck on the road. Boss made me drive to Florida. I want to drive to Tennessee. What the fuck? Now I'm thinking of Smokey and the Bandit. I want to watch that movie again. That was a good movie. Have no control where the truck goes, and everything I do has to be approved from my current company. Seeing where this country is headed has only intensified my desire for more control over my life. Okay, I don't see how that relates to the client. Like you're not being forced to take diversity training, are you? They're not like saying, "Hey, you gotta attend the gay pride parade," are they? I mean, I understand you're concerned of like companies having a lot of control, but usually that's big time corporations, usually selling like retail items or services or marketing or something like that. I don't think truck drivers are gonna, I think they're like, "Hey, pick it up here and get the hell out." I'm just picturing some of the last few bastions of where people could just go work and be workers. So I don't see why would the country decaying having to like, well, I need more control over my life. Dude, you've only been an adult for 2 years now, right? You've only been a real adult because you've been avoiding work right now. And now you need to take control of your life. Nah, I mean, you're making great progress. Don't get me wrong. I think you ought to work at least 5 years before you think you're going to go and be a boss. I think you better have a lot of money saved up, more than $35,000. And I'll get to that later. For my current financial situation, I live out of the truck and have embraced minimalism and do my best to eat my own food. Good. I currently pay my parents $100 per month to keep my possessions there, and I occasionally visit once every month or two. My thought was if the dollar tanks, the truck would have value, and this would be a hedge against that just holding cash. Yes, if you bought a truck, sure. Or you could just buy precious metals, which is a lot easier to maintain than a truck. Or inflation-adjusted bonds. See, when you buy the bond, there's the annoyance of setting up a brokerage account. And that takes like an hour of your time. Your truck goes down, you got to find a mechanic, and you got to haul it, and there's all these expenses. And yeah, technically the truck would have somewhat of an inflationary hedge, but trucks, vehicles, assets bleed money. You have to maintain and repair them. And so silver at least doesn't decay. Your inflationary bond should, in theory, go up with inflation, and there's very little time and maintenance costs with those things. Also, for a business decision, would you recommend spending cash for a truck, or would you get a small loan to keep more cash on hand? I intend on leasing the equipment onto a carrier, so they would have contracted freight. And due to my being a minimalist, I would have low overhead. So what, you'd lease the vehicle, you'd lease the truck, and then you go contract freight? Would you be able to generate enough money in contracting work to cover the lease expense? If you lease the vehicle and like it had a warranty and the owners of the vehicle were responsible for repairs, okay, I could see that. Yeah, maybe you have to run the numbers and do that. But knowing what I know about economics and also knowing what I know about the trucking industry, because we had several truckers want, I could do it myself. Herk, a dirk. They were all from Wyoming. What need that boss for? My wife, she good with the numbers. She do all the accounting and stuff. We ain't got no money. We need another loan. I'm not going to recommend you start a business, by the way. But if you were to start a business, I would work up all your fucking money to buy a truck for cash. So you have no payment. It's relatively new. Okay. You have that thing inspected to hell, man. And then you could, if you get cash, you get enough cash for a semi truck. Okay. Maybe, but you're not there yet. Once again, I want to go this route, not to make tons of money, but to have more control over my life and control where I go. Dude, fucking stop being a millennial quanta haha. It doesn't matter where you go. You're a truck driver. Go where they fucking pay you. It's like a pizza delivery guy. I don't like delivering to odd numbered streets and avenues. I only deliver to you. What the fuck do you care? Deliver the fucking pizza. This is another thing. Like if you lack this level of it's not even business acumen, common sense, you're not going to run a business. I want to drive where I want to drive. Where did truck ride? I could see like maybe you want to avoid the northern states during winter and the high mountain passes. I could see that. But what do you, if the roads are fine, what do you care? You sleep in your truck, for God's sake. Your house is with you. I understand you don't have a crystal ball and can't predict the future, but you have financial experience. I would like your opinion. Thanks. I said, okay, I had some questions. And he's answering them. I do not have any experience running a business or managing a department. Oh, so you're like the Wyoming dumb fucks. You're like, I don't need a woman number can do dang diggly office dang dar diggly do dang diggly do cousin fucker. You don't know how to do accounting. You've never ran a business. You've never ran a division. And you think you're just going to do it? 2 years in and you're already bitching about where to drive. You are not starting a business. Maybe you go work part-time for one of the carriers as an office, back office. Maybe you pick up some accounting skills. At night, you got your internet, whatever. All right. But if you have no experience managing something, I'm not saying you have to manage 500 people in a factory, but if you don't know the accounting or paperwork, what about insurance? Do you ever look into insurance? Have you looked at that? So you have no managerial experience. I have no experience in accounting, but I do plan on using software to track profit, loss, and cash flow. Oh, do you know what those numbers are going to mean? Or do you just plug the number? Do you even know how to plug the numbers in or why you would be plugging them in? For business and financial forecast, I would essentially be a subcontracted driver. So you have no financial forecasts. You don't have a spreadsheet estimating profits and loss, plugging in variables like how many trips, miles, cost per mile, things like you don't have that. I would essentially be a subcontracted driver. The company I lease to owns the freight lane and I service their customers. They take 23% of the revenue and they handle the majority of the back office as well as offer discounts on fuel and other consumers. Look, I'm not a truck driver. Okay. I'm not a truck driver. And it's been a long time since I took a look at the truck driving industry. If they, for 23%, take care of everything, yeah, dude, you're not going to find a better deal than that. They're going to do it faster and more efficient than you can. I mean, here's another thing. Okay. I'm going to go to the library and look up RMA, Risk Management Associates. It used to be called Robert Morris Associates, but Risk Management Associates. You got to go to the library because it's very expensive otherwise. And look up what contracted truck drivers make. Look up what they're at, and then take a look at that. There's your template for your forecast. And I'm gonna have a feeling, because I saw it happen all the time in banking. I don't need a more good thing. Okay, Jessup, you're gonna, and of course, I would say, don't loan to the guy without teeth. Yeah, the guy whose wife, and you can't tell who's the husband or the wife because they're both so freaking ugly, and he lives in the trailer. Don't lend him 98% loan to value on a used semi. Oh, let's do it anyway. And sure enough, Jessup and his wife / sister, they failed to account for repairs. And the semi truck would go down, and we'd have put a third. You ever put a third mortgage on a fucking trailer? I'm not talking a truck trailer. I'm talking a mobile home. Third fucking mortgage. I remember it was so funny because I think it was for a $120,000 loan in total. And I did the math, and $120,000 is a lot of money. But when the bank only makes 5%, and you got to divide it by all the labor and human and costs that the bank incurs generate this, I think we're making like a penny a week. It's just a pittance of an amount. I'm sure they ended up losing money on it because Jessup, I got a woman do the numbers. Take 23%. As for financials from the people I've spoken to, and people don't lie about how much they make. Yeah, I talk to people. I talked to about 4 people who drive for this company. The average is 160 to 200 gross. The company also offers a load coordinator to help plan loads. Looking at other companies, the possibility of going completely independent, I think that this might be a good option. Well, okay, that's their gross. What's their take home? What's their insurance cost? What's their fuel costs? What's the repair costs? What's the insurance cost? Like, I want to see their tax returns. I want to see their Schedule C tax returns. That's what I want to see. And that's how much money they make. That really, really small number at the bottom, that's what they make. But they're not going to give you their tax returns. So this is why you go get RMA data to see, that's how much I make. I currently make $40,000 to $50,000, and I roughly figure I can average $70,000 to $80,000 working for myself. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Right? But you didn't pay me to go do a full analysis, which would have cost a lot more to go pull out the RMA data myself and tell you what you are likely to make. But no, Mr. 2 years under your little buttocks driving a truck. I don't like driving these places. No, you are not starting a company. You're not starting a company until you you didn't even put together forecasts. You didn't even put together, you don't know how to do accounting. You only know how to drive the truck. You don't know about calling up insurance. You know about setting up loads. No, not until you get more experience. And you know what? Talk to those 4 people. Find out. There's also got to be, I'm sure we have some truck drivers here who will tell you, go to this website, go to this discussion board. Before you fuck up a good position that got it so you got 35 grand in cash, you have no debts. Before you fuck that position up, why don't you fully research and get more experience and more money before you make this jump? And what I would do, if you've saved up 35 grand in 2 years, I would wait until you got like 150, 200 grand. And then maybe go buy yourself a good rig for cash. If you were to go and do this, then you got very low overhead. If you don't have to pay a mortgage or a car loan, truck loan, essentially, your margins are drastically improved, and so is your cash flow. But you're not there. No, you're not. You are absolutely not starting this business until you know what accounting is, until you know what a Schedule C is, until you actually have the industrial data from RMA, and even then, you're also gonna. You also need to learn. You need to learn what amortization is. How to come up with an amortization schedule. So you understand, like, I got to pay $1,200 a month on my truck. When does that payment go away? Oops, 20 years, the truck is worthless. I need a new truck. So there we go. Oh, look at the super chats. We got super chats. SSB, MLH, MHL for $1 there. And then also for another $1. Thank you very much. Manaj Pun. Is that how I pronounce it? Captain, trust a partner or drive solo? Trust a partner. Drive yourself. What do you mean? Actually physically drive? No. You drive yourself. I've gone to places like, hey, let's all get a car together. I got my own car. You never rely on another driver. Never. I'm also an incredibly good driver. Now, I can drive long ass distances. And I know where I'm going and I don't get lost. I have a good sense of direction. I do not have other people drive. And every once in a while, have someone drive. Sure. Hey, I got to make some phone calls. You drive. But like driving across the country, road tripping, 100% me. S. Olander, $5. Better Bachelor gave a shout out about the book of numbers. Yeah, a couple people contacted me. Wintry Night said so. And he did. Joker was very kind to do that. It wasn't even the book review. He just plugged my books. That was very thing. And there was a commensurate jump in sales. And I cannot advise enough that you go and advertise on Joker's channel. All right. He says he'll do an analysis video of the book. Yeah, because I paid him. I'm advertising. I said, I want you to review this book, give it an honest review. I'm also confident it'll be a good review because I write good books. But yes, I'm kind of interested on his thoughts on that. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.